5 planks of rotting wood, splintered and carved by the elements. For a parkour artist, this is their canvas.
I guess at the start it was to show off, to be honest. I mean, we wanted to learn how to do backflip. Like standing backflip, that was our goal, and then once we got that, it became more of a physical thing. Like we wanted to push our bodies to see what we could do.
Dash, like many parkour artists, don't walk through the city. Their Toronto is an urban jungle. They vault, flip, dive, spin, swing, jump, and hopefully land on their feet. So why parkour?
It's just for fun. Everyone, you know, you don't want to sit at home playing video games all day or watching parkour videos online. You want to actually do it.
Cloud Gardens is the mecca for Toronto parkour artists. This is one place they train to get from point A to point B in the quickest way possible. But the only tool they have is their body. One Saturday night, they came out to play.
I actually don't live in Toronto. I'm from Hamilton, but I come here regularly to Toronto just because the community is so awesome to train with. These guys are really supportive, and you really learn a lot from them. You got people here that are just starting, both beginners, and then you got people that have been doing this like almost their whole lives.
Parkour isn't just a fad for teenagers. It took off in Europe over 10 years ago and has found its footing in Hollywood movies. But for these budding stuntmen, is Newton's law the only law they're breaking?
Most of the police that I've encountered have said that it's a positive thing that we're outside and getting exercise and sort of like we're on the streets but off the streets at the same time, you know?
Parkour is a new sport, and because of that, there's a lot of gray area in the law. Officers from 51st Division say that trespassing laws may apply, but that they've yet to arrest anyone in action.
When the weather or a new trick turns frightful, parkour artists go to the monkey vault. The training gym copies what an outdoor environment is like to a T, but instead of the hard, unforgiving pavement, they get a plush foam pit.
To have somewhere where, you know, they're not going to go on somebody else's building and maybe get kicked off, or have somewhere where, you know, when it rains, they can always go and find other people training. Something a little bit more legitimate for our sport.
Dan Ibany is the founder of Monkey Vault Gym and has been training for the past 6 years. He built it because he wanted a safe place to train.
There's like the sponge floor, there's mats all over the place. Sometimes we can teach people to do stuff a lot quicker indoors than we can outdoors, because outdoors has more of a fear element to it.
Mandy Lamb is a fixture at the gym. She's chipped a tooth and tweaked her wrist before, but her biggest obstacle is what goes on inside her head.
There's a cat leap that I had a lot of trouble doing, and it had a lot to do with fear. I can do that physically really easily at the gym, and even bigger jumps I can do.
The biggest danger is sort of one that's self-created by them, and it's sort of, you know, seeing those YouTube videos and stuff like that and instantly thinking like, oh, I can copy all those. And so, you know, they go outside, they climb the highest roof they can, get on their school, look down, sort of take a jump off, and yeah, maybe they survive the one jump, maybe they'll survive 10, but that's what screws people's knees up, screws people's backs up, stuff like that. So the biggest sort of problem in parkour is education, I guess, is to get people to realize that there's a lot of training behind what we do, and it's not just us throwing ourselves off of stuff.
I decided to throw myself on the mat to see what they meant. Mandy taught me some basic moves like the precision jump, vault, and wall climb. Let's just say I failed. A lot. But eventually, I got the hang of it. It definitely wasn't easy.
Everybody takes shortcuts, and parkour is not about shortcuts. Parkour is about finding what you think is the hardest thing and leaving the easy things to the side and focusing only on that hard thing.
Parkour is a community sport. You can learn it, you can teach it, and you'll probably get some nasty cuts along the way. But as long as you're willing to push your limits and treat the city as your own personal playground, then you'll never get cut from the sport. For Ryerson Broadcast News, I'm Adrian Chung.